Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very super episode of FND POD.
Oh, I see what you did there.
It's episode 71, and we all saw Superman.
And we're flying high.
Yeah, baby.
And we're weak when we're around Kryptonite.
Yes, that is.
Okay,
that's
well,
the
that
case.
one, I don't think that Kryptonite's not. It's not really here.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, let's get into it. All right. This film, guys, was directed by James Gunn, who also what's it about? Aaron, do you want to tell us what the film's about? What's this? What's the elevator
Sure.
pitch?
The elevator pitch is
Hold on, wait. You're James Gunn, and I'm a producer, and you want to do Superman.
okay. It's,
Bing.
Superman's. Hey.
Are you going up? Which floor are you going to?
Superman, Superfloor.
That doesn't exist, but I'll just hit floor 18, I guess. Bing.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Hey. While I have your ear, I'm working on this great new film called Superman. It's about this character. If you never heard of him, he's Clark Kent, and he's a nerd. But what people don't know is that he's secretly the most powerful being in the universe. And
Bing. Sorry. Oh my God. I was drinking my coffee.
Is that my
I forgot.
coffee? Is that my
No,
coffee?
Well, it was gonna be your coffee, but I forgot. I slept at the office.
White flat?
And I couldn't make it to the bathroom. I pissed in the cup.
That's fine. It's fine.
That's okay.
Is it half calf at least?
It's half calf full piss.
That's fine. Hand it over.
Okay,
And
here.
the movie.
Yeah. What are you saying?
Bing.
Okay. Yeah. So
Super Clam, was it?
No, Superman. And he's been around, so you might have heard of him before. but,
I know who Superman is.
we're doing this whole big reboot thing. Okay, so we're gonna do a fresh take on Super.
Oh, this is full of piss.
I said that.
You're not on the elevator anymore. You got off, remember?
No, I'm on your phone.
Oh, well, this is full of... I'm sorry. Okay, hold on.
It's on speaker.
What were you saying? Sorry.
Yeah, look, I don't have to go through
Super
all the details.
ham.
Can you just green light about $225 million for me to go make this?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Yep.
Sweet. Okay, thanks.
You're fired.
Because of the piss?
Yes.
Dang
Okay.
it.
Sorry. The bit got away from what we were trying to do.
But guys,
there.
that actually is pretty close to how it happened. I think I did read in Variety that was pretty close.
That's what he does, actually. He literally, James Gunn notoriously goes up to producers and he stands really close to their face and he goes, gun to your head. What are you going to do? Because it's James Gunn to your head, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh my God, another one of these. They're like, let's just read the bit. Let's just read the
But they have to let him. They have to let him make a movie.
Well,
have to
actually,
let him.
what I watched an interview with David Cornsweet and James Gunn.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently James Gunn was approached in 2018 to do Superman, and he turned it down. And then he had time to think on it, and he thought, well, how would Superman be if he was real life? And then he proceeds to make an incredibly comic book based film that would have nothing to do with real life. Well, but there are things about the film that did mirror real life in a way, but it wasn't Snyder dark, grounded. It was still comic book, and the tone was light, and it was real life, but it wasn't.
Yeah, let's talk about what the gist of this movie really was. So, like, Superman, the one thing that I like that they did is the movie takes place, spoilers, by the way.
Immediate spoilers every time.
Immediate spoilers in your face. Mm-hmm. We are living in a world in which Superman has existed. People know about him. And what I was a big fan of is that, like, there's daily occurrences of danger and evil that Superman is helping thwart, whether that is interdimensional or from Earth itself, from the human population warring with each other. And so the world exists already in a comic book style where people just have accepted these things. There's a huge alien outside that's smashing buildings, and there's just a guy sipping his coffee like, oh, it was another Tuesday, which kind of was nice because I think superhero movies so often exist in that realm of like, oh my God, this is brand, like what? Like their minds are blown, and we've seen it so many times that I think as audiences, it's just kind of refreshing to be like, yeah, okay, this is already a thing.
And our minds
also at the time, it shows that, also at the beginning when they established Superman's already stopped a war before anybody was killed. Like that, plus seeing demons and demonic and aliens in the background and just sipping your coffee just shows the credibility and off the bat of like, this guy's been here. We know what he does. No problem. Yeah,
Been there,
love
done
how
that.
was.
Yeah.
So yeah, the movie, I would say that the heart of the film is about Clark Kent, Superman trying to reconcile like his purpose on Earth, right? You know, he's got this message from his home planet, from his parents, that is damaged, which is hilarious. He like comes from a futuristic world, and like it's like as if it was sent on a flash drive, and they're like,
Geek Squad, get the Geek Squad on it.
access that part of it, the corrupted file. But they end up getting it, and
Really quick, who plays? I'm sorry, because Bradley Cooper's his dad, so we know he's probably coming back. Because who was the mom though? I didn't.
Oh, I'm not sure, but she looked really familiar.
Mama Soup.
Superman mom, actress 20. Oh, how did we not? Angela Serafian. For a second, I thought it was Lady Gaga. I'm like, oh, that's cool. They did a Stars Born thing.
Stars Born.
She's in Westworld, House on the Bayou, good old fashioned orgy. Okay, so yeah, my immediate kind of, and I like really quick. You guys like the movie? I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it.
Okay, so here's my problem with that. With the tape.
Oh, you don't like it? Bait and switch?
With the tape. Here's my problem with the tape. Can I just jump into a gripe right away? Mm-hmm. Because Aaron, you're talking about all the struggles and stuff.
Yeah.
And then he learns when the tape is fixed that his parents maybe had a bit more nefarious purpose for him.
Yes.
But he's already been raised by the Kents. He doesn't really have an internal struggle. It only served as a plot point to make for the world to turn on him. It was it only fueled an external conflict. Inside, did he really feel like, oh, well, should I do this now? Or maybe he's got to I guess maybe he's got to like come to terms with, oh, my parents like kind of suck. Like maybe my Kryptonian heritage kind of sucks, and that sucks because I was proud of it. Now I'm not, but I don't know. It was kind of like a whatever. It wasn't a strong internal conflict, I felt.
Disagree.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Go.
No, I mean, not hard disagree, but I do think that the internal struggle was there. I mean, that was his whole purpose. That was his whole life's mission. It seems like even from the beginning, if you look at his arc, the very first part when he's in his, what do you call it? Superman's lair?
The Fortress of Solitude.
The Fortress of Solitude. Can I preface this by saying, like, I'm not a huge Superman. I don't think any of us are big Superman guys. So I'm not very well versed in the Superman world.
Vinny's wearing blue.
Yeah, Vinny. That's about as far as we go. Is like Vinny might wear the colors.
This represents about how into the world we are.
So Superman's with his little super robots in the Fortress of Solitude, and he's like, "Play the family video. It heals him." And it's the
sun heals him.
The
message soothes him.
Okay, it soothes him. So that's the first thing that he watches is on repeat. It's like somebody losing a loved one and being like, you just listen to the voicemail over and over again.
Yeah.
So that's like the only snippet he has. It's like, I think even though he was raised by the Kents, that to me made sense that was like all he had from his home world. That was his like guiding light as to like what to do here because he is an alien. So that was like his purpose. So when he saw the second half of it, then he was like, oh, I was kind of operating on different parameters. Like, what is this now? So it worked for me.
Well, but you don't think he thought for a moment, like, I should do those things, right?
Do I spread my seed to the whole human race? Gosh, but I love Lois.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to cross his mind. Like, he's like, well, what would my world be like if I did go nuts on everybody on Earth and make this my kingdom? But overall, I mean, yeah, maybe, yeah, as a being, yes, he probably had internal struggle with the fact that, wow, everything I thought about the pedestal that I had for my parents and my upbringing has now crashed to the ground. But as the movie, yeah, I think maybe it was overshadowed by just how everybody else thought of him and took it rather than how he felt about it personally.
Right, so you're on my side, Coop.
A little bit,
You
yeah.
and me
A little
versus-
bit of both.
I mean, to
little
Vin,
bit of both.
Vin, to your point, it wasn't really until they get to the farm with the Kents, which is later in the film, that, you know, this dilemma even comes about. I mean, granted, he did see the video and he's kind of like conflicted on it, but it's not until he gets to that point when he's really talking
right, but
through it with his dad.
Yeah, he's conflicted in a way where it's just like, oh, that kind of sucks. Not conflicted in a way where it's like, I have to make a choice here.
Yeah, okay. I see
Which
that.
was a criticism that...
Well, but maybe that's because you would
a lot
say
of the Reddit, everyone on Reddit, bro, everybody on Reddit.
But there's a thought too that this is like, maybe it's a slow burn. Maybe this is like
That's what
Act one
people were saying
of-
is setting
yeah,
up
like,
for
like,
the next
okay,
one.
Right, and like you say, Bradley Cooper's in it. Like, I mean, though that would be so Bradley to come in and just play that small little bit and get out because like he can do no wrong.
Sure.
I'm hoping that, you know, he'll come back and then we do see something involving his parents. Maybe they didn't die after all. I don't know. Maybe there's more struggle.
One fan theory was that his parents are actually Zod and whoever Zod's wife was. But then someone else was like, well, no, but Supergirl is there, and she would know the truth. She'd be like, hey, those aren't really your parents or
fine,
whatever.
but you got to think like
Which even that, like, why wasn't Supergirl sent to reign over Earth?
because have you seen Supergirl?
They
Did you see her at the
knew
end?
that
She's
she
a
was
party
a
girl.
partier, dude.
She's not a mature enough to
She doesn't got any
take over
interest
the
in
world.
that.
Yeah, okay.
She's clubbing.
All right.
She's out with Paris.
Totally different movie.
And
that's gonna
Paris
be,
in
by
this
the way.
world is a 16-tentacled brain monster.
That's right. Yeah. Ooh, Gumi or Ooblikschnein. Come on.
That's the classic.
I believe they
Classic.
called it a interdimensional imp. Was that what
That's
they called
true.
it? When
Yeah,
the eyeballs outside and they're all
Oh
fighting.
yeah,
it.
yeah. It's like, oh my god, that thing. No,
That was
no
great.
sweat.
I kind of
Yeah.
like that.
But you got to think like if you're someone's parents. So if we all have a kid, right? And then we're on some other planet. That planet is like
Wait, us
imploding
three have
on
a kid?
itself. Sure. Well, we're not. It could be a throuple
Yes.
situation, but I'm just saying you feel good about you love your kid, and they're able to get out of this impossible situation where their whole race is going to die, and there's some distant planet. You have no context. As your parents, you just want the best for your kid. You want them to survive, and you want them to restart the race in some capacity. So for them, they're just like, I don't know, Earth. What? Like, I hardly heard of it. Yeah, go for it. Take down that one. I don't know.
Yeah.
They don't have the whole scope.
They're
Just really caring parents.
There was another. You're right about that, and kind of piggybacking on that, Coop. There was another fan theory, and if this were the case, I kind of would think it would be like, okay, we had to wait just for that. That the translation, the translation was not true to. It wasn't a true translation because I even thought like, what we had 26 translates. Like it's a fucking alien language. You don't know what they're saying.
Right. Right.
And
Misinformation.
And so maybe when they were saying, take up a harem, maybe they really just meant like find someone to love, or instead of they're weak people. It's like they're compared to us, they're weak, but not in the way where they need to be lorded
Conquered.
over. Yes.
Yeah.
So they need Amy Adams from Arrival to come and just like decode this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good crossover.
That would be a fun
Yeah.
mix.
Yeah.
So that could be a thing too, where we learn later. It's just, oops, the translators just got it wrong.
Yeah. So we kind of brushed over crew, but I did want to mention, obviously, James Gunn directing this. He did. Have you guys ever seen Slither?
I never saw it.
I saw it a long time ago, but I remember really liking it.
I just wanted to call it out because Slither has some awesome practical effects. It like made me immediately love James Gunn because I was like, this dude gets it. Like it's some great scares. It was just like overall, it's just like a really fun,
It's a
messed
pretty
up
great movie.
And then to see what he did with Guardians, I kind of felt like when he was tapped to play this role as, I don't know what his official title was, to oversee the DC universe, it made sense to me seeing like what he did with the whole Guardians trilogy and then Suicide Squad. Obviously that trust was baked in there. But he clearly has a talent. I would say there's a lot of Guardians in Superman. He really Guardiansified it up. Just feels very, very similar. Not in a bad way. I just think that that's just his style bleeding
The tone,
through.
the sense of humor.
What did you think of some of the humor in it, by the way? Like, I know some of that transferred over in a really good way. Did you guys think some of it was a bit cheesy?
Yeah, but like it struck me that it was on purpose.
Yep.
It never took me out where I'm just like, oh man, they tried with that and they whiffed. It just felt like when you read a comic book, a lot of times those lines come off as like, oh, this is kind of corny, but it's like corny fun. Like it's within the world in which you're reading it. It just feels like appropriate. And it feels to me like some of the stuff, like they just lifted off of a page of a comic book. And even though it might not feel like, that's really not how somebody would say it, or that joke is kind of off, it was just, I don't know. They were like leaning into it, I guess. And maybe that's not the case. That's just the impression I got when I was watching.
There's plenty of superhero movies that the humor, even because just big budget action movies, because we were talking about Jurassic World recently in the last episode, and there was a lot of attempts at humor in that I just fell flat. And a lot of the humor in this one worked for me. It just fit right in. And there's something about when there's $200 million on screen and the joke, like I have a higher expectation for the joke.
I do want to use that time to shout out. Oh, go ahead, Vin.
No, I think that was kind of it. Yeah, the humor I had some genuine laughs in this film.
Yeah, I wanted to shout out because I realized that one of the editors on it was Craig Alpert, and dude, the dude's he did Pineapple Express, Knocked Up, Borat, Popstar, Deadpool 2. His track record for comedy is just like outstanding.
Strong.
So I wanted to shout him out because I think that is why a lot of the jokes probably worked, or the pacing, because I did think that a lot of the pacing stuff was pretty good comedy wise. They obviously had that heavy hitter.
Do you guys ever see do you know Trauma films?
Yeah.
I had no idea. Do you know Trauma films?
No.
Like the Toxic Avenger?
Yeah, they're these B movies with really bad... Okay. Yeah,
Go on.
There are these B movies with really bad like practical effects, like really corny, like really visceral, like it's a lot of like gross gore and like humor and violence like that. But it's incredibly campy. But this would have more impact if you knew what I was talking about. But James Gunn, he did Romeo and Juliet, which is a pretty popular one of the franchise.
He did. That was like one of his earlier.
Yeah, which makes sense why Slither has all the practical effects in it and just the kind of the campy humor throughout all this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Nice. The one thing I thought all right, is when it's like the Kents, like his actual parents at the farm, when they like have the phone down, and she's like, Siri, like help me find this, how to make a bologna sandwich, or like going like really hard on that bit. But,
yeah, the parents kind of, I don't know, the parents kind of threw me a little bit. I was like, I don't know if I wasn't a huge fan of the Kents in this new world.
I was opposite. I loved them. Maybe it felt a little like they were trying a little hard with that goof, but I appreciated like that they felt like your everyday, like if you're going to the country, if your spaceship landed in the country and you were really like brought in by a couple people, like it felt like that was accurate to me. In fact, I thought the dad was excellent, and I'm not familiar with anything he's done. I just thought he was really good and really genuine.
Somebody did tell me that James Gunn's from Missouri, and maybe, pulled maybe a lot from real people like he grew up with, or like acquaintances or whatever. So in that regard, I could see him being like, no, this is exactly what like my neighbor was like, or this is exactly what my
he's just a big old mush.
Yeah, he's a big old mush.
Yeah.
Pruitt, his name's Pruitt Taylor Vince. He looked familiar to me. I know he's in stuff.
And I liked how they really did. It felt like average American, like of a flyover state, comparatively to Superman, which I thought was like really appropriate, because I think, what was it, Man of Steel? They had, oh my gosh, who was the dad? It's on the tip of my tongue. Kevin Costner, I think.
Yes.
And like, he's got the country vibe, but he didn't feel like the average American he didn't feel like
simple, dull, and go on, say it, Aaron.
No.
Stupid.
Like you just want when you're comparing like Superman, you know, he feels like otherworldly compared, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's true though, but I mean, like, I'm glad at least they didn't lock into the fact that, you know, he's got to have an adopted father on Earth who's like very wise and like the man's man who like gets how to like raise like this kid who doesn't have. It's more like it felt like, I guess, in this movie, like, no, they're just trying the best they can with like, you know, who they are and the resources they have.
This is like, oh, this is a crazy situation, and like we're just trying our best. Yeah,
they're always there for love to fall back on and support, not to like be like, here's the proper path, you know.
Yeah.
They didn't feel like characters to me. They were different. I guess like I appreciate it was a different take on who the characters normally are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, let's dig into some gripes.
You got more?
Oh, that was
all right,
weird
it's the
timing.
gripe horn. It's the gripe siren.
The gripe mobile.
Coming, rolling through.
That's me. I sent him in.
What are your problems, Aaron?
I didn't really have too many huge problems. I think that some
You just
parts,
set up. You're gonna tear
Gripes.
a new
Gripe
one.
one. A cape. Why has he always got to wear a cape? What's
I
the deal?
expected you guys to have more, to be honest.
I
don't know.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Coop.
No, you go. You.
The one scene that stuck out at me that was like a little, I don't know, somebody had said overstuffed, and
I keep seeing this word, overstuffed.
Yeah,
Are we talking about?
But
are we talking about his hog?
that too?
Yeah, we're talking about.
Did you
No, it's
see
just
those
funny.
spandex
His
pants,
tights?
baby?
I've just read a few reviews, and I just keep seeing. I've never even heard this word before. I've never even heard the word overstuffed, and I'm seeing it everywhere with this film.
Oh, it's probably like you got your interdimensional rift tearing the city apart. You got
Pocket
Lex
pussy
Luthor.
universe.
You got these pocket universe. You got, you know, I mean, yeah, sure. Oh, the what did they call him? Ultraman.
Uh-huh.
You got Ultraman. There is, I think, there is legit criticism for like, hey, do we need to pack in so much, and what could have been gained if we like had a little more focus? But then the other part of me is like, it's a superhero movie. Like that's what they are. It's like, it's always like big, you know, we go bigger. You know, that's why he's a superhero and not just an average person, is that he's handling multiple things at once. Not only that, but they're like bringing in other superheroes. You know, this is like a superhero team movie now where it's like they're forming alliances and battling evil together. So there's more, it's a multi-pronged approach to trying to do damage to Metropolis.
Yeah, it felt. I don't know. I didn't feel like he was stuffed. Like he was hat on.
You didn't think it was Oreo overstuffed?
Dude,
or triple stuffed or whatever they call them?
What a pleasurable experience that would be. But yeah, I don't know. I agree. I mean, there were a few stories going on, but in the end, we're trying to set up a universe here, guys. There's going to be a little bit of maybe stuffiness going on in like the first sort of film. Like, you know, you got to pack a lot in order to thin it out as we go. I'm hoping that the rest of the films, you know, it won't quite be that. You won't be forcing the matter, but I don't know. I think there's some things that you need to establish here.
I don't like if you're going to have a cinematic universe, each film needs to stand on its own. You can't have one film and it's purely to set up the other one. You need to have, this is just my thing. I feel like if you, when people say, oh, this film is just setting that up, I think that's lazy. I think
it's marketing. It's it's digging into our pockets, because if you don't see this, you won't get that. You gotta go back and watch that.
Gotta get the context.
I get that. I just think each film should, if in a series, in a trilogy, whatever, what have you, in a universe, each film should stand on its own.
Is there a proper vocabulary for a quote unquote universe, or is it just cinematic universe? Is that kind of like what we call it when like a group of movies exist within?
No, that's not multi.
I mean, it's kind of like a
generally
television
accepted
series.
Franchise? Is it just the word franchise?
No. Franchise doesn't.
That would be just like one, like Jurassic Park franchise. But, you know, how does it pertain to other dinosaur movies?
Yeah, there's just so much crossover with other, like, John Wick, and now you have Ballerina. That to me is a new franchise. So do they all exist under...
They still exist under the Wick verse.
The Wick verse. Yeah, so some take on universe. Yeah, I guess that's appropriate.
All right. Hold on. What'd you guys think of Lex's plan? Because I felt his plan was a little muddied. Well, I didn't... It was back and forth, because this goes, all right, Lex is using this conflict in a fictional Middle East region to sell weapons. Oh, but he really wants to make a tech utopia. But I really want to kill you, Superman. So I guess it was all
playing
those
4D chess, baby. That's what all the best leaders do.
Right. It was all those things. But when the final fight between him and Superman is happening in the little flying pod thing, and he goes, "No, what I really wanted to do was kill you the whole time." I was kind of like, oh, well, what is it, man? Are you trying to set up your own sovereign tech utopia, or are you really trying to do this? And I felt like I felt like I was being pushed and pulled.
You could argue that it's both.
Okay, that's fine.
Argue that in doing his this huge, massive plan, this overtaking of this, Middle East country, and installing himself as leader and building a tech utopia and all that. I mean, clearly he has a strong hold on Metropolis if you look at his huge buildings and his government contracts. So all of that just coincides with, hey, who's my one opposition? It's kind of like Apple, and Apple's like, I don't like what Google's doing,
I'm sorry, is Superman Google in this metaphor?
Superman would be Google, yeah.
Well, Superman's not Google, dude.
No, dude, he's Android.
He's a mom and pop computer repair store.
Ew.
Well,
wait, why'd you say ew?
He's messing up the group thread, dude, with the Android.
Oh, with an Android.
Yeah.
But does that align?
I don't think so.
The big conglomerate is trying to take out the threat.
But Superman is not another big conglomerate. Well, I guess okay, hold on, wait. I'm lost. What's your
Justice
point?
Gang, Superman and the Justice Gang they're threats to Lex Luthor Corp.
Sure, okay. This is another point. What do you guys think? What was Lex?
Wait, no. We haven't settled your previous point.
Okay.
And here's how I look at it. Lex Luthor is fucking, he's Elon Musk, baby.
Right.
He's got ADHD.
Yeah.
And he's going for some, I want to go to the moon, and then I want to go, no, now I'm in politics, and now I'm here. No, now I want to defeat Trump. I hate Trump. All right, now I'm going to go do autonomous vehicles. And now he's just, whatever's in front of him, he's trying to conquer. Okay, this guy just can't focus on one thing.
He can't focus. He's very fragile. I did like that about Lex, that they just made him kind of a big baby. And at the end, he's literally in tears when his empire is falling apart.
A big insecure baby. So what did you guys think was the central motivation for why Lex doesn't like Superman?
Because I think he's got a God complex, and he's jealous of Superman's literal God powers.
Okay. Yep.
I mean, that probably tracks back. I didn't read any of the comics, but I gotta believe that's probably
he'll never
built
attain
into
that.
his character. In
there's one of the first reasons in the early comics. I think it was when they were doing Super Friends when they're younger. The first reason they give is because Lex and Superman are actually friends as kids, and Lex is trying to help create a cure for Superman to help him when he's around kryptonite. He's trying to create an antidote for him, but he causes a chemical fire, and Superman blows the fire out, and the ashy chemical smoke makes all his hair fall out. And so because he's bald now, he doesn't like Superman.
It's fallen on just a male insecurity.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Haven't you heard it? Him's hair loss.
Well, but he lost his due to a chemical fire, so it's gone.
Well, how come you can?
See, we imagine
all the technology that he's created. Can't you just make yourself, a wonderful wig or a toupee, or get the hair going back?
No,
there's a lot. No, there's a lot of It's not strong. This was This is very early on.
Maybe a ponytail.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Just a ponytail. and sunglasses.
Well, I could see why they went a different route. But like, could you imagine diehards of like Superman comics, like and like his origin story, if they actually did that in the film? Like everybody would be like,
Yeah, because he's bald.
That's why Superman's got such hot hair, you know, with that little curl.
oh yeah, they had the little bouncy curl.
Yeah. What's cool,
perfect.
really quick, just to so the original Lex Luthor, he was just a mad scientist, and that was when people were living under the threat of the atomic bomb. So he was an appropriate villain in mirroring that public fear. And then in the 80s, they made him a millionaire, which was, that was a lot of the wealth gap between rich and poor was becoming even wider. And it just, people were growing up, and mad scientist was like, this childish. We need to reimagine Lex. So they made him a millionaire.
Smart.
And so I think it's appropriate that they did. Pretty much everyone's like, oh yeah, it's Elon Musk. Like, Lex continues to evolve with the public's view of like who evil is, or who a bad shitty human being is.
Yeah. Yeah, it felt honestly, for some of the more what do I call it? Just the narrative and how it tracks onto current events was kind of like surprising to me. I had no idea that they were going to touch like the conflict in the Middle East, which would like essentially boils down to, Gaza and Israel. Like,
Yeah.
pretty spot on. That was surprising to me. And I also didn't expect, like some of, like you said, some of the correlation between Lex and Elon. And also we had joked about it on the previous episode, but there's a whole Fox News piece about Superman being super woke, which
What's going on with that?
I mean,
after I saw it, I was like, I'm not pinpointing what they're going after here.
I think it was a loose connection. I think there's probably stronger connections to be made if you wanted
Fox News making loose connections.
And
the whole thing was that he was an alien.
Well, someone should point out,
literal illegal alien.
Someone should point out to them that one of the most popular Superman comics is he fights the KKK. That was a real one.
Was it a really
Yeah,
one?
Superman fights the KKK. There's even it was an old radio show. It was when he was on the radio, and there's a line where there's this kid talking to I think probably like an elder figure in his life. I wish I had the fucking thing pulled up, but he goes, well, America, this was like in the, God, when would this have been? Hold on. I think I wrote it down on my notes here. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, no, wait. Ku Klux Klan. When was this? I don't have
Be sure to drink your Ovaltine.
And,
And this
that
week
was-
on Superman fights the KKK.
I don't have a date, but it was when, whatever, they were doing it on radio, and the kid says, but America's made of all kinds of colors and religions and blah, blah, blah. And the guy says, no, America's one. We want it to be just one. And so.
Who says that?
And that's canon.
The Ku Klux Klan member in the radio
Got
program.
it.
And then even the first Superman comics, which, by the way, do you guys know he was invented by two guys in Cleveland?
Oh, I saw that. No, I mean, after you had written it in the doc, I was like, oh, that's cool.
And it was after they were together, and they go, God, Jerry, don't you just want to fucking fly away from this place?
Yeah.
Get out of here forever.
They wanted to be. They did.
Let's
Joke's
write
on
something.
you. Do you know where Metropolis was shot?
I do.
Oh my
Cooper?
gosh. Wait. Illinois.
Miami.
Wait.
Oh, Cleveland.
There is it's in Cleveland?
Yeah, baby. That
Metropolis was in
all
Cleveland.
Metropolis in that movie was Cleveland.
Oh, where they shot it. Okay. Have you guys, I've been to a Metropolis like replica city. I thought maybe that's what we were talking about.
It was Cleveland.
remember.
Where is that
We
at?
were in Cleveland.
I was a kid. It was pretty cool though.
Did they like redesign the faces of buildings or something?
Yeah, and there's like a telephone booth, and you go in, you come out, and you're like, I changed in my tights.
That's
Yeah.
cool. Did all the
That is
kids
cool.
wear the same tights? Like how when you go to a movie theater with the 3D glasses, everyone shares the same glasses. You
Yeah.
share the same red tights.
It was one pair of tights. There were a lot of stains and rips and things like that. But
That's cool.
anyway,
So and let me wrap up my point here. Early Superman was also, he was fighting because they grew up with the Great Depression. Superman in his earliest comic stories was fighting bad employers, and he was holding up crumbling buildings because they were falling down. Because
Hell yeah.
so Superman's
Sticking to
always
the landlords,
Superman's
baby.
always been a SJW.
Yeah.
He's an immigrant. Actually, and technically, he's not an immigrant. He's a refugee.
True.
So,
But did he apply for refugee status?
no, he didn't.
He didn't go through the proper channels.
But section 1 of Amendment 4 of the 14th Amendment says anyone within the U.S. borders, any persons, because they use the term persons, where in other places in the Constitution they use the word citizen. Anyone within the jurisdiction of the United States is subject to due process. So,
Yeah, so give Superman due process.
yeah.
You know what I just realized? They didn't have the iconic scene with him ripping open his shirt and he's got the super suit underneath.
Oh my God, this fucking movie blew it. They didn't.
Like, how
they
did-
didn't
like-
do that.
They didn't do it. They didn't. Is it even Superman?
Let me change. Hold on. Let me really quick. Can I backtrack everything I said about how I like this film?
Yeah, please.
This film sucks. I hate it.
Bad.
Coop, what do you think?
It's
You
those
agree?
little revelations that really make you think, like, did I like this?
Yeah.
But
What was I
look,
thinking?
first of all, we got to. Can we just real quick? Can we just talk about the first 5 minutes of the film?
Okay.
Starts down and out. Probably for a character like Superman, when doesn't have a lot of flaws, lots of superpowers. Not like a Batman where he's human and where it's easier to create flaws in a character like that. I think so we start when he's down and out, and he's just gotten his ass kicked, and then we introduce a dog. All of a sudden, we love Superman, but now we really love Superman because he's got a dog. Everybody
got a
fucking
dog.
loves this
You
guy,
got
and
that
the dog
dog.
saves him. The Lassie effect, very cool. I'm all on board with that. I guess overall, how did you guys feel about? I know wasn't a surprise that we saw a dog come in, but how did you feel about the dog overall? Being a character in the movie.
The dog actually, in the same way the dog annoyed the characters, the dog actually annoyed me. The dog, I felt, interrupted my viewing experience.
Here's a question. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
That's about it.
All right. Now, how many dogs have you had? You grow up with a dog. Have you had a dog since? How many dogs have you owned?
I like dogs. I am a dog. I like dogs. Okay.
How many
Did you
dogs have you
almost say you're a
owned in
dog
your
guy?
life?
You say you're a dog guy?
I like dogs. Okay.
You got cats and you've never had a dog.
There was once a dog.
You had a dog growing up?
Why are you gonna make me say this?
Say what? What happened to your dog?
Nothing. We had the family had a dog, and then me and my brother were not responsible enough to take care of it, so we rehomed it early on before there was a strong emotional bond. Even though I cried when we gave it away.
Well, this all makes sense. You've
Okay.
got doggy abandonment issues, and now there's a dog in the film, and all of a sudden
Hey,
you're rejecting
you
the
both
idea.
have dogs. You see me. You've seen the way how I behave around your dogs. I love your dogs.
My
Yeah.
dearly beloved
Sugar.
who passed away. I have a vivid memory of Vinny while Sugar was laying down, lifting Sugar's back leg, and making a chopping motion,
Come on.
like he was going to chop Sugar's leg off.
Well,
and
she's
cook
got a
it on the
nice, beautiful
barbecue.
little ham hock there. So it's always fun to grab a little chicken leg. You're like, I'm gonna get this.
I'm just saying,
Oh,
Your Honor, the evidence is clear as day.
Go on.
So,
Look, guys.
did the dog annoy you? Did it bring back memories of your dog in your childhood annoying you?
No,
Was it like- when it's sitting on Superman's chest and it's like, I want to play. Were you like, oh God, do I remember that?
tail
Like,
thumping.
I'm trying to play video games.
There were moments, and there were like emotional moments in the film where the film could have had a little moment to breathe, and the dog comes in, and James Gunn in his classic fashion just ruins a moment because nothing can be taken seriously.
Are you talking in particular about the ending when the dog comes and like tears up Lex Luthor?
No, that was cool. I like that.
Oh,
No, that was great. I like that when the dog saves him from the silly river,
yep.
the silly cube river. I thought that was
Yeah, we were like
silly.
Minecraft world. I was gonna bring that up earlier.
Yeah,
That
it was an
threw me a little bit.
antimatter river, and Superman's just like, I'm fine. I guess his atoms are bonded.
It's like, I'm just super. Yeah, I can take this, no problem.
Yeah.
Pretty fun. Well, fun fact, since that movie's come out, I don't know if you guys have read this, but yeah, dog adoption searches on Google have gone up over 500%.
I saw that. Not
You
by
know,
me,
that's-
though. You didn't find me doing that.
It correlates.
But I love
Pretty
my
wild.
cat very much. You guys try to paint a picture of me that's false. I feel a bit like Superman right now. I feel a bit like I know how it feels to have the public suddenly turn against you.
All right, let's see you reveal that chest.
I like this.
Man, what a great bit, dude. If you had a spandex suit underneath there.
Oh, that would have been so cool.
Awesome.
Superman might have not have done it in the movie, guys, but
Chest hair and nipples. I went too far.
I like
Oops.
this shirt though, so I don't want to even
Yeah,
try to stretch it out.
it's not worth it. Not worth it for the
Fine.
bit.
What'd you guys think of Lois Lane? Rachel Brosnahan.
She's great. I
Yep.
love her.
Yeah, she's amazing.
I think
Can't
they
do
got
no
nice
wrong.
chemistry. By the way, I read that Nicholas Radagadabar, who's Lex Luthor, was very close to being Superman himself.
Nicholas
You guys
Holt.
see that? Oh, his name started. It's Holt. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Nicholas Radagadabar, Nicholas Holt. Thank you. But it didn't fly with the chemistry read.
Interesting.
So I guess Gunn wanted him in it, so they pivoted. Great cray.
I don't even. Yeah, I couldn't. I guess is Nicholas Holt. Huh, I gotta Google now. They could have him work out, but I'm gonna quickly Google Nicholas Holt.
Gotta
can
see him
see
with
it.
some hair.
Shirtless. Nicholas Holt shirtless. Oh, I mean, yeah, he's got a kind of skinny little Abercrombie body. He's
Yeah,
serving
but that's
Abercrombie.
before he goes on the Hollywood,
2007.
the Hollywood
Crave
muscle
curve?
diet.
Oh yeah. Yeah, true.
I mean, they could bulk him up.
They
He
put him there.
would
They
bulk
put
up.
these boys through.
Is
through
he
the
British
system.
though?
What does that have to do with anything?
Because I just think Superman, in the same way you can't be president unless you were born here, I don't think you can play Superman unless you're born in America.
What about Pattinson playing
And
Batman?
I know that's controversial given all of the themes of the film. I just don't want to. You know what? Frankly, it could be anyone but a Brit. Because the Brits are always in playing roles, and then you realize, oh shit, they're British. And I feel tricked all the time. And so, no British people are allowed to play Superman. I think it has to be a guy named Corn. He's got corn in his name, literally corn and sweat.
What are you gonna
And
say
he's got
next?
corn-
That Ariel cannot be a black woman?
Who?
Ariel?
Bro, no, don't go making apples and oranges in the same basket, okay? Those are completely different things. I'm talking about a white. First off,
You just want a white
traditionally white man's role.
Just another role for a white American
Exactly.
man.
And if he's going to be a white man, he cannot be. I don't want him hiding an accent.
Yeah, because they do.
In fact, I want him to be from Kansas. In fact, I want him to have crash landed here on an actual ship.
Yeah, that's actually true. Why can't they just like cast somebody who's been through it?
I mean,
don't
who's
know.
been on a? What do you put? Bezos in the suit?
No, I want somebody that came from Krypton.
Pretty close.
I'm glad that
Am I
I'm
right?
glad Nicholas Holt was the villain. And that David
Yeah.
Corn. And also because David Cornsweet, he's he's not a newcomer per se, but he's also not a well-known name, and that's traditionally been the thing with Superman films, because in 1978 when Christopher Reeves was Superman, he was an unknown because they thought, well, we can get Robert Redford, but then you're just going to see Robert Redford in tights. We need someone we don't know. So it's kind of always been, you get a new guy to play Superman.
Christopher Reeves, an unknown from Juilliard.
Well,
Right.
in the public, he wasn't a breakout. He wasn't a star.
True. You got to look below the iceberg, right? Yeah, we see him here.
And
but
you
all
guys
that
know,
work.
you guys know about the curse of Superman, right?
No.
That only lasted because Christopher Reeves.
Oh, you're talking about because of Christopher Reeves' accident.
Wait, how many?
But there was another one. There was a guy, the television series, a man named George Reeve, sharing the same
weird.
last name. Crazy enough, he was also a classically trained actor who, because the director he typically worked with, I think, died during the war. So he kind of lost his creative partner. He got cast as Superman, and he was sort of like the 1950s dad. He had like that circus strongman build. You know, he's like, oh, I want that to be my dad, that guy over there. And everyone loved him, but he hated playing Superman. He felt like a kind of a clown in a suit, so much so that he eventually took his own life.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I had no
Wow.
idea about that.
Yeah, that was an original TV show. So
So-
they were coming back for a 7th season, and his castmates were talking about his attitude and kind of how it goes is he seemed really upbeat. He seemed Like he had a whole shift in his personality, and then not long after he took his own life.
Did Henry Cavill then break that? Or I guess I should say Brandon Routh?
I suppose so. Yeah.
Routh?
Is that Smallville?
Brandon Routh was
No, he
the
was
Superman from
Superman
2004.
Who was Smallville? What was that? What was that one?
What's his name from Cheaper by the Dozen?
Tom Welling. Tom Welling.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, thank God that curse is no more then, because I thought
That sounds more like a Reeve
I
curse
thought
than
David
a Superman.
Cornsweat was great. I
Yeah.
thought the chemistry between him and Rachel was spot on.
They kiss, and it's like, whoa.
It's like, whoa, baby.
Whoa,
What's
are they,
this rated?
Are they really together?
Great kiss.
I had to Google. I had to make Google to make sure they both were even married, because I believe they were probably a couple on set.
Man, then dude, that's all you need. Then.
And I saw Rachel
about-
Brosnahan is happily married, and my heart sunk a little bit because I thought, well, there goes my shot.
I got a chance. I'm in LA. I could find her. I could see her.
I could see where she lives. I could hang out. I could dress up like a newspaper boy and deliver the paper and leave little notes that say like deal, like I leave coupons for deals at places that she'll maybe go to. Then I'll be there, and I'll also be dressed like the cashier, and I'll say,
How many roles are you playing?
I'll have at least. I'm gonna be at least 5. I have 5 outfit changes for this.
It's like an Eddie Murphy movie over here.
Yeah.
I could see that.
So anyway,
Very cool.
Well,
Man,
good luck to you.
thank you.
And we had all these little side roles, like Beck Bennett had about 3 lines in the thing, and
Yeah, he was, I thought
Love
he was
Beck.
very underutilized.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
even the newspaper man, who's
in Righteous Gemstones.
yeah. What the hell is
Yeah.
what is that
He's
character's
funny.
name?
Jimmy?
Jimmy.
No, not Jimmy. No, the head of the paper.
Oh, from
Oh.
The Wire?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Bump.
Yeah. Shoot, I forget his the actor's name. He's great.
I'm
in
glad they
everything
gave
he
him a
does.
cigar though, because that's like that he is in himself in a multiverse where he's just like that guy.
He's just
in,
that
like,
guy with that
many
cigar?
projects. Yeah.
Yeah.
If they were like, oh, you don't have a cigar in this, he's like, I can't do this role.
It's okay. Perry. The character's name is Perry White, and the actor's name is Wendell Pierce.
Yes. Yeah, he was good. I mean, I thought that the whole supporting cast was really good.
Yeah.
There was nobody that really stuck out to me that was like not. Mr. Terrific was awesome.
Yeah, I
Knew
love that character.
Nothing about that character.
That was a cool character.
Nothing about him. But he was really
I thought
fun.
it was Pedro Pascal in a prosthetic when I was watching it.
You thought Mr. Terrific was?
Oh no,
No,
who am
you're-
I? Oh, I'm thinking of
Green Lantern.
Green Lantern.
I was like,
yeah.
I don't think Pedro would do blackface.
Sorry. No, that dude was badass. That's a cool. I like that, the costume too, or just.
I
like, the
did. I
simplicity
also
of the
wanted to
face
shout
mask.
out a couple. I thought some of the action, most of the action was like really, really well done. In fact, 2 of my favorite scenes were the oneers that they did. So when Lex is infiltrating the Fortress of Solitude, and they have that really cool oneer where his like right hand man is like she's
Cooper,
like
a
chopping
oneer,
up all
really
the robots.
quick. A oneer Coop is when the camera doesn't cut. One take.
That's not possible.
There's a technology's come a long way. Anyway, sorry,
did it.
Aaron. He breaks into
And
the
then
fortress.
there's a second one when they're about to infiltrate the Portal universe, and Mr. Terrific is saving Lois Lane with a force field, and then he's like tearing up all the bodyguards, and
Yeah.
they did it in like this one sweeping oneer like that circled her.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
Loved it. That was really well done.
Yeah, the fight scenes in this were like, it was like they were like pretty, like nothing new per se, but they were pretty tight. Like the fight scenes.
That's pretty good, though, dude. That fight scene did
Yeah.
all right.
I mean, like they would come over and like there would be like there'd be like a lot of ninja stuff going on, like flips and sweep kicks and backflips and kind of acrobat, like there'd be a lot of acrobatic nature injected into the choreography.
Which I wish they provided some cool commentary, like on the sweep kick, like have a nice trip, see you next fall, like
One of those, yeah.
type of
Yeah,
stuff.
missed
definitely
out.
is, kind of missing some of that stuff too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that Power Rangers energy. Yeah, that was good. I really did like that first scene when he takes off in flight, and we have that sonic boom happening. Of that,
and the
with
camera's like,
perspective of him. Yeah, I that felt pretty cool.
It goes down to the
big
logo.
screen.
Does the
Aaron, how
whole
do you think
title
they did
card.
that? How do you think they achieved that flight effect? You're directing this. Hey, we want it to look like this.
My guess is that they had some kind of robotic arm. Anytime you see, this is just a guess, but
Do you
anytime
think that was
see
in camera,
like,
or do you think that was an effect that afterwards?
I think it might have been in camera. I mean, they probably had him on like a green screen and then added effects afterwards. But the actual movement around his body, it felt to me like they did. I don't know if you've seen, but plenty of movies and music videos use it now. Like Kendrick used it on a music video where like it's the robotic arm is swooping around him to different points. That was like my first thought is how they did that, but I don't know.
And they sped it up probably.
Yeah, they could speed ramp it, and then that would allow them to get like very, because like even when it goes down to his logo, you want that like really tight locked off.
Yeah.
So, and they got they got the money for all the cool toys.
Mm-hmm.
So,
400 billion, was it 404 bill for this to make this movie?
this is $400 trillion. No, the budget was 225 million.
I think it's already recouped that, right?
I don't think it's well, maybe globally. Vin, do you have the numbers? I think
don't have.
We were saying that estimates are 400 million plus to profit after marketing is factored in.
Do you guys know the highest budget for a film ever?
Would it be Endgame or Doomsday?
Yeah,
coming up?
you're right. It's the Endgame. Avengers Endgame. Wait a second. Hold on, but this says The Force Awakens. Stop. Get out of here.
All those were probably 300 million.
Star Wars 447 million for Star Wars Force Awakens.
What?
Jurassic World.
No way. No way did they spend like pre-marketing? There's no freaking way they spent 450 million on that.
Well, according to this one IGN article, yes, they did.
Dude, show me your source.
I just told you. Dude. It's an IGN article.
Dude, tell that guy who wrote it to show me a source. That sounds like AI hogwash.
Well, this article was written. That's good. Whatever. Anyway, so
now it's on. Apparently now, as it's growing, because the the chatter around the cooler is cha cha cha. Everybody wants to see this flick. It's on track for potentially 500 to 700 mil global.
Wow.
That would put it in the profit range estimated.
Well, that would do it. I think we'll greenlight a sequel.
I think we could do something with this. Yeah, isn't it crazy though that movies need to make that much money before they profit? It just
dumb, stupid,
just crazy.
Well, this is like a film that's single-handedly like keeping like theaters afloat and studios.
Yeah, I mean between this and Jurassic World, right? Yeah. I mean, damn, they were probably like, oh, thank God.
Go ahead.
No, you
go.
Okay. It can literally change if just one film, I know this isn't Barbenheimer, but like it's crazy how a studio or just all the film industry in general can be so down and out, and then just one movie can like bring it out of the ashes, and all of a sudden like different things are being approved and things are being made now.
I feel like that's the way the old model was. I mean, I might be incorrect, but I always thought that the big hits paid for a lot of the little guys that they were more unsure about. It's like, oh man, we made 500 million on this mega hit, and that's going to help fund 20 indie films that we're not sure about, but we'll see.
Yeah, because if it's between, if it's an executive saying this is a great idea, but do I want to make a great film that could change the trajectory of the industry, maybe, or lose my job? Like, because it's so a film like this, Superman crushing it, gives, like you said, more opportunity for those like riskier financial films to get a shot.
But on the flip side, you could view that as, and again, I don't know that because I'm not an executive, but does this also hurt the chances of the smaller films because they're like, hey, these big films, they're printing us money, so that's all we're doing.
True.
Again, I don't know if that's the way it works, but
it's a bunch of Lex Luthors out there running the studio for tech world.
You could argue that. I mean, all we really see lately are reboots, rehashes, sequels, stuff with existing IP. I mean, Superman is not exactly a new idea. Been around for 100 years now, so
not 100 years, but almost.
Almost.
He was made in the 30s, so
yeah. So shut up.
Okay.
Okay.
Dork.
Wow.
Okay, sure. Yeah, all right, fine.
Dude, he's still recovering from abandoning his dog.
Oh,
Why are you bringing? Don't stop bringing it up. All right, everyone forgot about that.
Right.
God damn it.
All right. We should probably wrap this one up.
Well, hold on. Is there okay? No, because our Google call ends in 2 minutes. Were there any other? Let's really quick. Were there any other like larger topics worthy of discussion?
I thought the VFX were pretty solid. I enjoyed them. I thought it got a little messy towards the end.
It's budgeted $300 billion. Of course, the special effects were good.
I'm just saying. Shout out to the special effects team.
Shout out special effecties. And Crafty. Crafty, I bet, was pretty solid.
Dude, I bet Crafty on that film was ace.
Who did Crafty on this?
I bet if you really wanted like a mango strawberry smoothie, Coop, like they'd be like, no question, we'll go and find the mangoes. Like we don't normally have them on set, but we will do it right now.
We'll do it for you.
All right. Well, hey, listen, everyone, go out there, go see Superman. Pump those studio budgets up because that trickles down to the smaller films, like the films that us three want to make. So go out there, purchase a ticket. That will help us.
Just go support your movie theater. Go support cinema.
Cinema.
This has been episode 71 of, right?
71.
71
That's right.
of FND POD. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, y'all.
Smell you later. Is that what?
I think it was swing you.
Swing you later.
Yeah.
Yeah.